How do I change the edit? Public. Done. Save. Oh my god. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, now it's on this.
Yeah, you can hear it.
So we didn't plug it in. We can't change it.
So if you plug it in now, will it work?
Oh my gosh, really? Oh.
Oh my. Oh, hey, should we plug it?
I think if you change the audio, it's not going.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. This is so embarrassing. Testing 1, 2, 3.
So sorry, guys. So sorry.
How is it now? Can you hear us? Sawadee krab. Hello, welcome back. Can you hear us this time?
Okay, yay. Back up. Okay. Wow.
Oh, this is always fun, isn't it?
Is it?
We planned for like hours before live show and something went wrong last minute.
Yeah, because someone unplugged the jack here. Okay.
Yay, we have people coming back.
Okay, I guess yeah, we should start. People will slowly come back and they can watch the beginning.
Welcome back, everybody, to Passport One Dream.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Idea Studio.
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. Okay.
Okay, so we are back in the comfort of our home here in Koh Samui. And our first live stream, we really want to just tell you more about us and answer any questions you have about us, because we've been getting a lot more questions on Instagram and on YouTube about us and how we met. So I think we'll start with that. We do get the question about where we are from. So Note is obviously Thai.
I was born and raised in Thailand, in the province of Khon Kaen, which is in the Isan area. And I moved to Canada when I was 15. So I spent half of my life in Thailand and half of my life in Canada. And now we're back here again in my homeland.
And I actually was born in Hong Kong, and I moved to Canada with my family when I was 3 years old. That's why my English is quite Canadian. But yeah, that's where I grew up. And we actually never would have met in Canada because I'm from Vancouver and Note lived in Calgary. And we met in Australia when we were in university. And this was over 12 years ago. So we've been together for 12 years since then.
I had to fly all the way to Australia to find a Canadian girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wow, Kun Somchai, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, yeah, we met in school, and he actually lived in the apartment above me, and I was invited by his roommates for dinner because I met his roommates at the bus stop trying to figure out the Australian bus system. And yeah, I've met them for dinner. They said, a Canadian is coming, might be Chinese, you should say hi. And when I met him, I was like, he's not Chinese. He doesn't look Thai.
Yeah, and it was my first day in Australia. So I arrived around 4 p.m. and I was like, what's the best way to find friends other than joining a pub crawl? This is so this is where you go like from one bar to another, like 10 bars, and each bar they give you a shot. And by the time I got back to the room, I was so drunk. I was like, I had like my party, what you call party beads
on. And I was just having a relaxing, calm dinner with his two Vietnamese roommates who were very, very nice. And yeah, this drunk Thai Canadian guy came over and said hi, and that was not love at first sight. No.
It was in The Gold Coast.
It was in Gold Coast.
Surfer's Paradise. We both went to Griffith University.
Mhm.
I was only there for 6 months, exchange program with my Canadian university. And Flora was there for 3 years, right?
Yeah, I was there for 3 years. Which kind of leads to the second part of like our relationship, was that I was there for 3 years. He was there for such a short time. So we actually long distance for 4 years before we got married, and we got married in Chiang Mai actually.
And let's go back a little bit before we got married in Chiang Mai. So we long distance for almost 4 years, and then I got drafted into the Thai army. So before, I didn't want to lose Flora before going to the army, because a lot of Thai people go into the army and they lose their girlfriends because the girlfriends can wait. So I decided to propose maybe 2 weeks before I went to the army.
No, like 4 or 5 months.
Oh, really?
Before, yeah.
Okay.
4 or
Yeah.
5
So
months.
anyway, I proposed before I went to the army, and the day before I went into the camp, I said I'll give you a call the next morning, because I brought my phone, my money, everything, even like sunscreen. I was ready, like prepared. And then I disappeared for 3 months
Mhm.
because in the army they took everything away.
Yeah, he had no idea what to expect, because he also joined the military like later. It happens when you're younger. At what age? Like 18.
Yeah. 18 you have to go like register, and then at
Mhm.
21 you have to go do a draw. And if you draw a black card, you don't have to be in the army, and if you draw a red card, you have to be in the army. And it also depends on your education degree. If you have high school, you have to serve 2 years, and if you have university degrees, it's 6 months to a year. It really depends.
Mhm. It says, "Note, what did you do in the Thai Army?" Idea Studio asked.
I did the 3 months basic training. This is like I was in an infantry unit, and then after the basic training, they asked me to host a English radio show in the army, teaching them English for a couple months, and then after that, I joined Cobra Gold, which is the joint military training between Thailand, the U.S., South Korea, Singapore, India. So I was part of that for 2 months as a translator.
Mhm. So English really came in handy for him actually in the Thai Army.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, so after I finished the army, we got married in Thailand, and
we lived in Canada for 4 years.
Yeah, we moved back to Calgary, where I grew up. Flora actually from Vancouver. She moved there when she was 3.
Let's see.
Oh, let's
Were
see
you
some
this
questions.
strong before joining the army? Actually, when I met him, he was pretty skinny, and well, he thought that he was muscular, but he was like skinny and kind of lanky, and he's always never been like big. So yeah, this when I met him, he didn't have this. I didn't fall for his muscles, let's just say. This came afterwards. This was more like once we were in Canada, he decided to start like working out more like seriously, and he actually did some competition, a bodybuilding competition
back in Canada.
Yeah, so this is like the last 7-8 years that he started working out.
But before the army, I did try to prepare myself. I went to the gym, tried to get physically fit, but then it's totally different. Different from the army.
Okay, let's
go through some questions first.
Okay, I think why we moved to Thailand, like as in, and if we're going to go back to Canada, because that was kind of our initial plan. We were trying to come to Thailand for just a year to, actually for 6 months at the beginning, just a change of scenery. I think our life in Calgary was a bit routine, and we wanted a change. And I've always wanted to live in Thailand, and I love Thai food, and I love cooking, and I wanted to come to learn. And
like Canada is still our home. Like Calgary, we still love Calgary. But when we were there, living there for 4 years, I was working full time from 5 to 9, and Flora worked as a cook.
So from 9 to 5.
Oh, sorry, from nine to, yeah, from 8 to 5, and then you work as a cook from 6 to midnight.
Yeah.
So we rarely see each other. I think it was like 2 to 3 years that we didn't even have dinner together.
Yeah, definitely not like now where we are together 24/7. You know.
You don't like that? we went from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, no, it is very different, and just coming here gave us time to be with each other more, and also because when we met, we both love traveling. We've always wanted to be creative and have adventures, and at one point of our lifestyle, we just felt like that stopped, and we didn't try hard enough to have more adventures. That's our cat. Yeah, and I think moving here, we said we saved up a little bit of money, and we thought we'd come here for 6 months, and easily became a year. And at the end of 1 year, we were definitely not done with Thailand. And at that point, we were only in Chiang Mai, and we loved Chiang Mai. We stayed there for 2.5 years in the end. And actually, the turning point for us is that Note is a graphic designer, so he's able to work online, and we are on one income, and we basically save money too, and we do a little bit of traveling here and there. And
so we're not rich.
We're not rich. That is the answer. We are still working. YouTube helps to generate a little bit of revenue for us now, but it's not enough for us to sustain living here. But we were ready. We thought we were ready to go back to Canada, actually, before we were coming to Koh Samui. The plan was to go back to Canada. We thought 2.5 years was enough, and we were kind of glad that how things turned out. Our flights were canceled because
of this situation. Our flight got canceled. We booked our flights back to Calgary already. We were willing to go back, and then go back to how we used to live. But then after it got canceled, we were so relieved for some reason. So we decided to let's go somewhere with the beach and
somewhere different from Chiang Mai. So we went from the north to the south, and then once we got to the south, we started let's see more of Thailand, and then once we started hitting the other provinces in the south, we realized we've missed out on so much. I can't believe we almost left Thailand. This is almost the start. YouTube almost started our adventures in Thailand, I would say. And we are excited to continue seeing more. So we did a video at Riley Beach where we mentioned we'll be staying for 1 more year in Thailand, and that's the plan for now. And we'll see how things change, see how much we can cover in 1 year.
And with YouTube, it brings a lot of good things to our lives. We are more motivated to go out and explore more of the unseen Thailand, and it brings a lot of wonderful and beautiful people like you guys. We are loving this YouTube community. It just every time something we wake up and go film and then go explore, it just makes us really happy. Yeah.
I think here it says, do you have a marriage visa? Yes. I'm on a marriage visa, Notes Thai. So that's why we're not the best people to be answering visa information. I think there's other YouTubers and also, of course, other websites that are more helpful in answering those questions, because our situation is a bit unique in the sense that we don't have to deal with too much of the visa situations.
How do we like Koh Lipe? We love Koh Lipe. It's actually one of the most beautiful islands we have been to. The water is crystal clear, and you don't have to go far to snorkel. You just walk off outside the hotel into the regions. Right there you can see a lot of corals and different kind of fish. It's a beautiful place, and local people are so friendly. Food is delicious, a
I
little
als-
expensive, but it's
Mhm.
totally worth it.
I
Yeah.
think what was so unique about Gottlieb for me was how much the people of Gottlieb love their island and they really take care of it. So being a tourist there, you would just feel bad to do any like leave any trash around or anything like that on the island because you can tell how much people love their island and you want to treat it the same way. And when we go towards the countryside areas of Thailand, that's actually how I feel too, is that when you're in an environment where people live and they love it so much, you also go in and you respect the place. So
Oh, this one's good. Are you guys interested in spending city life in Bangkok from Ben? I actually have never been, never spent more than 3 days in Bangkok. And there's a lot of parts that I want to explore.
yeah, we are not really city people, but I think we can find hidden gems in the city that we would enjoy. I think we won't just go there to, like we love the traffic, we love the shopping malls. Like we're definitely not like that, but yeah, there's
Would be
like,
more like along the Chao Phraya River,
yeah,
seeing how people live on, those houses on stilts, and
so
exploring the food scene, like in the Chinatown. I heard there's a lot of good food there. I
So I
have
think,
never been.
yeah, if we do a video on Bangkok, I think that's what you'll be expecting to see. Is we'll try to find some interesting like hidden gems in the city and maybe try to tell more stories of the local people living there. Yeah, that is one of our goals. Oh, we want to say thank you to Virtuella.
Sorry, we can't pronounce your name, but thank you so
best
much.
of luck with channel in the future. Thank you so much. We really will try hard to produce more content. I know right now we are producing only one video a week. And I guess why is that? Is because Note works a lot. So I'm actually the one right now doing like the editing of the video, and what happens is I edit first and I do everything, and then he also has to go through and edit it and make sure I didn't, mess up. So that's why it's taking us usually longer to like film and edit and to put a video out. Yeah, we're hoping that I will get better at editing and maybe that we can be faster. But also, yeah, it depends on the workload and everything.
Yeah.
We're hoping to continue doing one video for sure, and if we can, we'll do 2 videos a week.
That leads us to the question of, is it difficult vlogging as a couple?
Yeah.
No, not difficult at all.
It's difficult.
Actually, it was really difficult at the beginning. Our first 3 videos, we argue a lot because we were so new at this, and I wanted one thing and Flora wanted another thing. So I would be editing and she would be like, oh, maybe you should do this instead. Or when she edits, I would be like, oh, maybe you should move this to this. And then like we had a hard time agreeing on what we want.
And I think a lot of couples that like 2 passports, 1 dream must, have their struggles too, as you always feel different about even with vlogging, like what you're saying to the camera, how you're gonna edit afterwards, like you always have a personal preference. What we've learned from, I think now we have like 42 videos, like throughout the process, we've learned is to respect each other's opinion and let each other do what we want to do. Because,
to trust.
Yeah, to trust the process, because in the end, it's nothing is wrong. It's just a preference, and it's better to have more content than less content to work with when we get home to edit. And that's why sometimes we have bloopers too, is if we can't decide if we should add this in or not add this in, we kind of be like, okay, but people should see this part, it's funny. And that's why we kind of started bloopers.
It was so difficult at the beginning that we were like, let's just do 10 videos and then we'll call it. Because if we just stop at 2 or 3, it feels like, oh, we're failures. We can't do this. So we said, let's set 10 videos and see how we feel after. But before we hit 10 videos, we kind of, we
almost gave up.
Yeah. And then later on, we developed this system where you would edit first and then I come in later. and I do music and all the drone shots and all the cinematic stuff. And now it works perfectly.
Yeah.
Like we don't argue about video editing anymore. We argue about ice cream and other nonsense stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can argue about for sure. What inspired us to start a YouTube channel? Oh, hi, Patty Doyle. He said me and my Dreamy always clash on how to create content. Yeah, Dreamy just kind of, what do you call it? He
like to throw a tantrum.
Yeah, like to throw tantrums. Dreamy just like, nope, I need to rest in this province.
Thank you so much, Ali.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your support.
Oh, someone wants your attention. Hi, Note. Please notice me watching from the Philippines.
Hi. Archie. Hi, Archie. We would love to visit the Philippines one day. It's on our list.
His dad actually went to the Philippines a couple of years ago, and we saw photos, and it looks amazing. Yeah, we have so many places on our list. Like the initial plan of coming to Thailand actually is not just to see Thailand. Before our YouTube channel, and we actually went to Vietnam and Cambodia and Taiwan and Malaysia. Like we were traveling a lot when travel was still a thing outside of Thailand. So yeah, we're hoping that when things are better and more convenient, we can do more traveling outside of Thailand too. But at the moment, we're really happy seeing more of Thailand. Like I saw a comment here saying, are we going to go to Chiang Rai? We actually were in Chiang Mai a couple years ago, but we haven't been back. And it seems like so much has changed. So I think it is our plan to head back up to the north to see more in the future. Let me see. There was something about this one. Why did, what inspired us to start a YouTube channel? I guess we briefly mentioned it, but it was really for us to, when we thought we were leaving Thailand, that's the moment where we decided that we didn't really capture enough of our life here. And if we're back home in Canada, how can we kind of relive this experience a little bit? And that's when we decided to buy a camera and started going out and recording.
We wanted to create virtual diary that we can look back to and watch with our friends and family. And the most important one is, like a lot of our families are, both my mom and my dad are in Canada. Flora's family are abroad as well in Hong Kong, and they like to ask about how we live in Thailand and ask about our life. So we don't have to repeat things now. We just create a video and send them the link, and they all can watch it and what we do in Thailand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like, and also I think YouTube gets us out of the house and go and try different things. Like an example is we went to Songkhla many times because his brother lives in Songkhla. But we never went there with the idea of like, oh, we're going to be tourists and explore this province and explore the city. And we always just went to visit family. And Songkhla at the time didn't seem as interesting to us. But when we went there as like creators trying to show Songkhla and the city and the stories, and then we suddenly realized it's so interesting here, just like many other cities in Thailand. So yeah, YouTube kind of gives us that medium to be more creative, to be more adventurous. And now that we have supporters like you guys who enjoy the content, then it's not just like for our family or for ourselves. We get to share more with you guys. And hopefully you also go to the communities that we visit and you have the same amazing experience. Yeah. Let's see here.
Who's our favorite vloggers in Thailand?
Oh, it says, did you enjoy your time with Patty? Did you learn anything from his style of vlogging? Oh, Patty.
He's
amazing.
he's an awesome guy. We love hanging out with Patty. He's so genuine and funny.
Yeah.
And
he's really chill. Like, it's just like his videos, like, if not more chill actually off camera. Like he Yeah, he's just a really nice guy. He has so much travel experience, like aside from just Thailand and doing this trip. I think he once said to us that they were doing the 77 provinces in Thailand is just one thing that he's going to do in his life. It's not going to be the craziest thing because he's done crazier things already. And that's true because we were watching his other channel, the Budgeteers, and it's amazing. Like he has a lot of travel experience.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable about YouTube, about filming, about vlogging, about editing. So we did learn a lot from him. And
I think we have a really strong YouTube community here in Thailand, actually. Like, I mean, we are good friends with Carrie, who's here, and Lily, and Two Passports, One Dream, and Patty, and it's just a great community of people who are supporting each other and helping each other grow. And the most important thing I feel is that we all love Thailand and we respect Thai culture, because I think that's a huge part of it. Is like we enjoy watching other creators who are showing, you know, what Thailand really is like and how beautiful it is and how amazing the people are.
Mm-hmm. And this is the best time to do it because Thailand really needs this, you know, to promote the country and the unseen Thailand. So when travel is allowed again, you guys can come and explore the places we all went to.
Yeah, and I think I hope that when Thailand is more open to tourists in the future, that when people come back, it won't be just going to the really touristy spots. Because really anywhere in Thailand right now kind of got a reset and it's beautiful like everywhere. So yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to rethink a Thailand itinerary and not just go to those really popular places. Those are still beautiful, but there's other places where you can get that local experience, and those locals are also hoping that more people are visiting them. I think we'll be able to show you more of that in the coming months for sure.
Oh, this is a good one.
And Chef and Def?
Yes, and Chef and Def, of course. The camera we use, how much camera equipment in terms of value do we use? This is funny story.
Okay, yeah, our camera.
You want to tell it?
No, you tell it in case we get in trouble.
Okay, so we didn't want to spend so much on a camera because it's, you know, we just started.
Yeah.
And we didn't have, like, I didn't want to spend any money on it. But I realized that Flora has this necklace, that the gold necklace that my mom gave her maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And it has been sitting on her dresser for the longest time, and she never wears it. So I was like, maybe we should just sell this gold necklace and convert it into a camera.
So he literally just pawned his mom's gold necklace and bought a camera. And then the same day we got the money from the shop, we went to the mall and we bought a camera. And we got like basically the cheapest camera we could get. That was what we needed.
The cheapest and good camera, the Canon M50. And back then it was 15,000 baht. And then we bought other accessories like the tripod and the microphone. So that gold necklace covered all our equipment. Thanks, Mom. I haven't told my mom yet. So if you're watching, I'm sorry.
And thank you.
And thank you.
Yeah, even the drone, we still use the mini, the original mini one, and it's still doing a great job. So fingers crossed, we'll be keeping it for a while. I'm calling Mom. Oh, hi, Richard. Yes, great show yesterday. We came on to support Carrie for a bit.
Does Samui remind you of anywhere you have been?
Oh.
Bali, maybe?
No. I don't know. Because right now, we've never seen Koh Samui busy. So I think that's why it's really hard to say. Because we came here 8 years ago because we actually had our honeymoon here. And yeah, we also never went to Chaweng or anything. Like we were never in Chaweng and the Mai. When we first came here, we were at, sorry, the bike going by. We were at Talingam area, like Intercontinental, for 5 days. That was our first Koh Samui experience, and we loved it. And it was quiet. So when we came back last year in August, it already has been quiet. I really don't think it's
Yeah,
like anywhere
so we never
else.
experienced what Koh Samui used to be like, because we spoke to a lot of local people here, and they said there used to be traffic jam. Like
Yeah,
we
from
couldn't even
Menam,
imagine this
from
because
Menam to Chaweng.
because it's so different now.
We have asked some locals too, though, if they, what was it? If things get busier, do they think that the island will be like before? And they said it will take like 3, 4, 5 years maybe. But also the island, I guess like from Menam to Talingam side, so like the west side of the island is actually never really busy. So even if the island does get busy in the future and you want a relaxing holiday, just stay away from the Chaweng side and you still have a lot of choices on the other side.
Maybe don't stay away, but like,
yeah, I mean, like you don't
like
have
you
to
can
live
you can
there.
feel support.
Yeah.
Don't stay away from Chaweng or Lamai. Like you need to go and experience it, and also experience the local side of Koh Samui too.
That's a better way of putting it.
Yeah, because it's really easy to drive around Koh Samui. It takes like
2 hours.
Yeah,
to drive the
less
whole
than 2
island.
hours to drive the whole island, and you will be amazed what you see in the other side of Koh Samui. Thank you so much, Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan, for your support.
I need to drink water. My English is getting bad.
Let's see. Oh, so many places we want to go to. Yeah, inviting us to Malaysia, Indonesia. We would love to do that. Singapore.
Yeah, when international travel is allowed again, we would love to visit neighboring countries. We love to. High on my list is Nepal, Sri Lanka, Tibet, maybe if we can afford it.
Okay. Let's see. How about we talk about? Oh wait, someone asked us about our favorite YouTubers.
We didn't answer that?
I didn't think we fully answered that.
Okay.
It's interesting because I didn't actually watch YouTube a lot before I started my own YouTube channel, and a channel that I really enjoyed watching in the beginning is Kara and Nate, which is funny because now we are
the Flora, Asian version of
Flora
and
Note. But it's like they travel a lot. They travel to over 100 countries, and they travel as a couple, and to see the dynamic as a couple, I think that's kind of what inspired us and to have our own channel. So that's one of them. But the other one that we love watching is the Bucket List Family, because I love how I will link these in our description too, just the YouTube channels that we like to watch. The Bucket List Family is amazing because they really enjoy everything that they're doing, and it tells you that every moment basically is a bucket list moment. And I think that is amazing. That's something we try to we try to show in our own videos as well, is that no matter what you're doing, sometimes it's not like you have to go to a really fancy place or you have to go somewhere really, really far away that no one has ever been, but it's the experience, the journey of getting somewhere and enjoying the process, like laughing with each other at each other sometimes. I think those moments are important. There's a Thai YouTuber you like to watch too.
Thai YouTuber. Ta. Okay. Ta. I can't pronounce her last name, but she does this amazing storytelling and cinematic way of capturing the moment. We'll link her YouTube in the description as well. Like you guys should go check her out, and yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah. So those are a couple ones.
Let me ask you this: since moving to Thailand, what do you think the pros and the cons are?
Pros definitely is your money goes a long way. I think that with going out to eat, with just rent, with everything, I mean, that's why we can be on one income, is our money goes longer way.
The quality of living
for sure
is better.
The weather for sure. I think I just really enjoy the culture here. We feel like we talk to locals every day in our lives, at shops, neighbors. Just we're always talking to locals, and that feeling is like amazing because you feel part of a community. Versus in Canada, we are more to ourselves. Like we don't even talk to our neighbors that often. We talk to our colleagues because we're at work, and then we talk to ourselves, to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I think being in Thailand, or maybe it's just like we're on an island. Maybe islanders are extra friendly. I think that's a con. That's a pro for me, is that I feel part of a community.
And the cons of living in Thailand would be families. So both our families are living abroad, and we haven't seen them for quite a while. With the situation going on, and we can't visit them and they can't visit us. So that's the hard part.
We're hoping that maybe end of this year or maybe early next year we'll be able to see our family, or some of our family members, because that part is definitely the big con about being away from our family. I think another con is actually just in general, when you are travelers, living abroad, you can feel lonely. And we did feel lonely too, even when we were in Chiang Mai. But I think it's just a mindset that we put ourselves into. But moving here, we've been really happy because we've been meeting more people who work online, like digital nomads, or expats. And once you're able to find people that live a similar lifestyle and have the same type of passion for adventure and for traveling, then you don't feel as lonely. And now we have friends here on the island that we, hang out and have adventures with. So I think that's a huge bonus. And that's a big, what do you call it? Like basically on Friday, we have a video coming out, which is all about friendships. Because we went to Koh Phangan with our friends. If you if you follow us on Instagram, you would have seen like our stories on Instagram. But we were there for a couple of days with our friends, and we have an amazing video coming out on Friday about friendships and about the amazing Koh Phangan.
And if you don't follow us on Instagram, that's the best way to, see what we're up to, like up to date. Stories,
more like daily life. I try to post more often on Instagram too, like on stories, so you can follow us there. We'll link everything below.
It's the same, floraandnote on Instagram.
Our friend actually made a 3-minute cinematic video of our trip in Koh Phangan. So before, because I know Friday is a couple days down the road, so you can't wait. You should go watch his video. It's amazing, and it's so beautiful. So we'll link that in our description later as well.
There's a lot of links in our description now.
Yay.
It's going to be confusing.
Oops, sorry. I think... I don't know about the bus from east to west in Samui.
Yeah, we actually have never taken a bus in Thailand before. But I heard that it's actually very comfortable because they have like first class bus seat that is even nicer than first class airplane seat. We will have to try that next time we go up to Bangkok or to Chiang Mai.
So note, how do you stay in such great shape? Any tips for the old man? Oh, Richard's not old.
I hit the gym every day. Like I think I'm a lot smaller than I used to be. Couple of years ago, I used to compete in a natural bodybuilding competition. I was on stage 4 times, and I did try to I competed again in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, but I didn't win anything because they are a lot bigger than me.
The rules in Thailand are different for bodybuilding too.
Yeah.
Because Note registers for like an all-natural competition in Canada versus in Thailand is like an open competition. Yeah, that's all we'll say there.
Yeah, yeah. So
it may not be natural. Let's just say.
So I got top 15. That's it. But it still was an experience. Like, I'm not saying that like if you're not natural, you don't have to put hard work. You still have to work so hard to be able to compete and go on stage. It's just when you're natural like me, it's hard to compete
because
in that category.
Yeah. Or you have to eat a lot of food.
A lot of chicken.
I've seen some comments about my Thai pronunciation. I've been told my pronunciation is pretty good in Thai. I am taking like an online course right now to improve my Thai. So hopefully I will be speaking a bit more Thai to people in the videos. Yeah, I mean, we've been together for 12 years, but he hasn't really been able to teach me a lot of Thai because usually like I know all the bad words. Let's just say things that I won't be speaking to locals about.
I think you can understand like probably 70% of Thai. You just can't speak it yet. You can't combine words to make a sentence.
It's a bit like broken when I speak it, but the pronunciation is pretty good, I've been told.
That's okay. I have this arm still, even if this tattoo is expanded as my muscle grows. I have more room here.
The 100,000 tattoo though is only for Dylan and Note though, right? Adriana and I are not part of this deal, right?
Wow, we have so many people watching. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Let's see. Okay, question 2. How does the marriage visa work?
Okay.
We'll be brief with this. Basically, I get 1-year visa and I report every 90 days. And we can renew it for as long as we want to. But yeah, it was easier for us too because we got married in Chiang Mai. So our paperwork and everything was already in Thai, and it was a lot easier. And interesting enough is that because Note is Thai and I'm the foreigner and I'm like the wife, we don't have to.
It's actually different rules. If the husband is Thai and the wife is a foreigner, it's different from the husband is Thai, is foreigner and the wife is Thai.
Yeah, like in our case, I don't have to prove income in the bank. Yeah, but if the foreigner was the husband, then he has to prove like income in the bank or like job. What is it like?
Make sure that you have income coming in every month, like a lot of extra stuff that they're looking for.
So yeah, we're in a good situation with our visa. Yeah.
And the one big benefit of you marrying me, because I'm a Thai, is that you can own an elephant.
Yeah, you're gonna buy me an elephant? You keep saying it, but I don't see an elephant in my driveway.
No, that's on the list. That's coming. Once we hit 100,000, 1 million subscribers, I'll get you an elephant.
Note used to have 2 elephants actually, and if we go back to in the north, if we get a chance to visit one of his elephants, it's in Mae Teng right now. We will go there and I'll try to capture the moment of him with his elephant from his childhood.
Yeah, I used to live in Pai many years ago, and my mom used to have this little bamboo backpacker resort, and she has 2 elephants, so the mother and the baby one, and and then the baby, we sent the baby one to elephant school in in Lampang, and she got so sick and passed away, and that broke my mom's heart. So she decided to sell the mother elephant, and she is now in a sanctuary elephant sanctuary in Thailand.
Yeah, elephants, it's crazy like how beautiful they are, and
she remembered when we went back to see her, she remembered me I think we have a video of my elephant and our encounter with my elephant in the TV show. We were on a TV show once.
Yeah, we try to. We can't show it though, copyright.
But can we mention it? Can we mention the name?
Yeah, we can mention the name. We were on House Hunters International before, I think, when we first moved to Thailand, and they were in the episode. They helped us look for a house in Chiang Mai. So as part of that video, they actually found some places they wanted to shoot at, such as like the elephant sanctuary or go to the night market just to get some shots of our daily lives there. So they were actually the ones who found Note's elephant. So that was pretty.
It was such an amazing story.
Yeah.
Bye, Carrie. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Carrie.
Hello, Bawa. Hello, Demi.
He said if we can adopt them. No, you adopt us.
No, they eat so much we can't afford it. Do you have any plans moving out different place? Well,
that's a good question. I think we surprisingly love Koh Samui, and we are happy to stay here for another year as a base to travel. So that is our plan for the next year. We really want to see how things look like international travel wise, because we would love to be based in Bali or Vietnam or something like that for a short amount of time. But because of our visa situation, Thailand is always like an option for us to come back and stay maybe in another place in Thailand. I feel like as we travel more of Thailand, we will find another place that we may really, really enjoy, and that might be what will spark us to change our home base. But at the moment, from what we've experienced so far, we really love Koh Samui.
Oh, this one. What do you think about elephant riding for tourists? I don't think it's a good thing. We don't support elephant riding. And I think a lot of elephant camps or sanctuaries in Thailand now trying to shift towards a more friendly and
because you don't like, they're not made to be like you're not made to ride the elephants. But now the real experience is you feed them, you can take them down to the river for a bath, you can play with them, and I think you can see how happy the elephants are with that experience. And taking care of the elephant is really like what our role is. Like, so I feel like the change is a good change, because riding the elephant and taking a photo is like for you, versus now when you take care of the elephant, you're actually there to support the elephant in their own environment. So I think it's a beautiful thing.
And when I used to have the 2 elephants, I was guilty for riding them because that was a long time ago and we didn't know better. So that was the mistake, that we let people ride on elephants. But if we can go back in time, or
but it's a learning curve.
It is a learning
curve. And I think if you're open mind and you adapt along the process, I think that's also what's important.
Who's a better cook? Well, Flora, you want to explain your?
I have completed like culinary school for 2 years in Canada, and I worked at a 1-star Michelin place in Hong Kong for a while. So I do cook, and I've been cooking for the last few years before we moved here. I would say I'm a pretty good cook.
You're really, really good.
But Note has like really sensitive like taste buds. So he is perfect when I like make something, because I'm really picky about what I like taste, and he is as well. So I think when the 2 of us usually cook something and we taste it and we agree on if things are good or not. So when I taste something, I'm like, I feel like I'm not sure exactly what I should add, especially if it's Thai food and I give it to him, he'll really quickly know. oh, you need a little bit more lime, or like need a little bit more fish sauce or palm sugar or something. So he also is a really good cook though, because before I knew how to cook Thai food, I would eat what he cooks and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah. But now that I know how to make it, I'll be like, huh.
But the thing is, since we moved to Thailand, we cook so much less because there's so much food in Thailand, so much delicious food, and it's so affordable. So we don't cook as much as when we were in Canada.
But I still, like, when I go out to eat, I'm not just eating. Like I would order something that I'd be interested in making, and I would sample it at many different places because I would have to find the perfect one for me. I'll be like, okay, this is the version I like, and I'm going to try to replicate this at home. So like eating out also is a fun experience. It's not just, oh, I'm just going to fill my belly and order the same thing. Like I always try to order something different. So it's like a learning process.
And this is a very fun fact because when we first moved to Thailand, our goal was to bring Flora to learn about our goal is for you to learn the Thai culture and learn how to cook Thai food, especially Thai noodle soup. So we eventually, before YouTube, we wanted to go back to Canada and start a tiny noodle shop, noodle shop, like a street food style in Canada. We even hire like
our favorite noodle shop lady in Chiang Mai
to teach us everything. It was like a 3-4 days course that we took with her, and we were so ready to go back and open noodle shop.
That might be loud.
But then YouTube started. We might still open the noodle shop though.
Yeah, I mean, we both love noodles, and the lady, her recipes are amazing, and she just taught us from scratch everything. It's like we went to her house, prepared everything, like how she would prepare in the morning before she opened her noodle stall, and she just showed us everything. And then even some days she's like, okay, we stop here and you come back tomorrow morning and I'll show you what I do the next day. Yeah, it was one of the best investments, I think, for us, because that's something that in the future, it's already given us insight on like how to start something small. That leave Flora and marry me note.
Okay, this one. Best areas to stay in Koh Samui.
Oh, so we really like Manam area. Like we stay in the Manam area, but if you stay between like Manam and Boput area, there are lots of hotels around that area that are nice and not too expensive. I would say under 1,000 baht a night.
And most of the restaurants between Boput to Manam and Manam to Dalingam, they mostly like local people live there. So a lot of restaurants and businesses still open. But as you move toward Chaweng and Lamai, a lot of those areas are heavily relying on tourism.
Yeah, so they're still shut. I think I think staying around Manam Boput area will be more enjoyable as terms of like what you see around the island. But I know Lamai has a lot of really good deals right now for accommodation. So if you are not like, if you're okay to just drive around the island, then yeah, that's also a place with a lot of good deals.
Yeah, if you watch Patty's channel, he recently stayed at a very nice blue house Airbnb in Lamai, and it was like 500 baht, which is less than $20 a night, and it was a beautiful place. So there's a lot of good deals there.
Oh, it says here, yes.
You want to read it?
Yeah, Dennis is 1414 said you should include the pork knuckle rice like the cowboy lady's recipe. Yes, kalkamol, braised pork knuckle. Oh, one of our favorites. And we did learn that recipe too. So we are excited. We'll give you a little insight.
Maybe we should make a cooking video in the future.
We did one cooking video, but it didn't do so well. So we thought that people just don't like it, so we stopped doing it. But we did a Penang curry video. Yeah, if you support it, if you want to watch cooking videos, then if we see more views, maybe we'll make another one. Let's see here. No, hi Note and Flora, fallen in love with your vlogs. Oh, thank you so much, Quiet Life. Oh, hi from Canada, Chris.
Where? Oh, we're in Canada, Milton, Ontario.
Oh, someone watched our Penang curry video and loved it.
I think the reason that video didn't do so well because we made Penang curry the most difficult way possible. From going and get a coconut from the tree and then try to peel it.
Yeah, probably.
And make
everything
coconut milk from scratch.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we keep it more simple.
Yeah. a quick and easy 30-minute recipe. Maybe that will do a lot better. When Demi and Boya come to Koh Samui, we will bring them out again. He says, I missed that pool party, Note.
You're always welcome, buddy.
Yeah, come and hang out. Okay.
Good morning, Robert.
Okay, I think we will end our first live stream at 1 hour. So we have around like
5 minutes?
4 minutes to go. If you have any questions right now, send them through and I will try to answer them. But I'll go back. I'll go back for sure and I'll read some more questions. Snowball. So the story.
Oh, this is a good story. I'll go get.
I'll
go
get the cat.
You can tell the story now.
Thank you, Luca M. Maybe we can open a restaurant together. Oh, so she has experience. Your wife has experience with Thai restaurant. That's awesome. Note's mom also has experience opening Thai restaurants. So we would also need her help if we're going to open a restaurant. I noticed yeah, so Note is bringing our cat here. This is not Snowball or B. This is actually C.
We just adopted her. She's a stray. One day she just show up.
Yeah, if you follow our Instagram, then you actually see she showed up 6 weeks ago. She was scared and skinny and she stayed overnight. Like she stayed over one night and then she left. And we think that maybe Snowball wasn't very nice to her and she left. But she came back a week after, even more skinny and scared. So we started feeding her, letting her stay here, got rid of her fleas, cleaned her up a little bit, and she's been here for the last 4 or 5 weeks. The crazy story about C is that our neighbor used to have 9 cats. And 2 years ago, she took in a stray cat, and that cat got scared because she had too many other cats. So that cat left from the cat flap and just disappeared.
After 2 weeks.
After 1 week or something like that. And when my neighbor came over to visit our new cat here, she recognized her and said, this is the cat that left the cat flap 2 years ago. So it was just a crazy story how she survived around here somewhere with a lot of stray dogs on the street. And then she found us. And now that we don't have any other cats other than her here, she decided to stay.
I'm actually allergic to cats, but she's too cute. We have to keep her.
Yeah. And she's actually really old because now that we know her backstory, like she's at least 15 years old. So I'm glad that we found her at her old age and she can stay with us because Thai cats actually don't live that long usually. She's already kind of a really special cat. Snowball is still here, but Snowball is our neighbor's cat, so Snowball is next door. And now that we have C here, Snowball doesn't come as often to see us, only sometimes. Yeah.
Did we miss anything? Do we have anything else to talk about? Hi, Chocolate Man. Welcome.
Okay. Aww. Yeah.
Hello. Wow, so many people coming by. Do you have anything else that we should talk about?
I think no. Like I'm just really happy that people are here and they're watching us, and it's like an hour live stream, and it's our first one, and Yeah, we're just really grateful for all the support we've been getting. I think we're at 8K subscribers right now.
Oh, yes. So in about 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, you
Yeah.
remember the date?
June 21st last year, 2020, was the first time we uploaded a video on YouTube. And it was our video in Chiang Mai where we went to the fruit market and we just tried everything. It's a bit cringy to watch maybe for some, but it was our first video. And yeah, we're almost hitting our 1-year anniversary on YouTube.
So we're at probably 8,300 subscribers.
Mhm.
A lot of you, if you haven't subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. We would love to hit 10K
Yeah.
on our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, we would love to
YouTube
hit.
anniversary.
Mhm. Yeah.
That would be
That's
awesome.
That's like a little goal of ours, but we're still happy with the growth of our channel so far.
We want to hit 10K before Chocolate Man in Thailand.
No, he's like, what? He's gonna hit it like he hit it probably already. Are you? Yeah, I think we just want to say thank you, and we hope that we will do a live stream.
More in the future.
Yeah, we just have to figure out how this audio works because we definitely messed up.
Sorry for the rough start. We will learn how to do this better. Maybe the quality is not as good on the webcam, so next time we'll try it on the camera or phone.
Yeah. But we want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of you guys for watching our videos and supporting us. And we will continue doing what we enjoy doing, what we love doing, and that's creating more adventure travel videos in Thailand for you guys.
You're hungry? Yeah. We're going for dinner? Yeah. To celebrate our live stream, first live stream?
Yeah. That's what we're going to do.
We're going to go for Pad Thai.
No. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll answer more questions and we'll leave all the links in the description.
Bye-bye. Wait, Cici needs to say bye-bye.
Cici, come and say bye.
See,
she's under my chair.
Come say bye.
Cici.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye. Oh, okay.